I had to do a stream. Y'all knew, or y'all should have knew I was gonna talk about this because I find this just laughable, and I find it funny because I'm one of them type of guys that want to sit back and see what transpires afterwards. I want to see the after effects, what's gonna happen now that basically, I got the ball rolling and a couple of other people got the ball rolling on this. I can't wait to see what people is gonna have to say about Vasily Lomachenko and his, you know, basically his accusations versus a certain somebody. And it was funny because he said he ain't gonna say who it was. Man, we know you talking about Bob Arum. Like, come on, man, stop it. Who else you talking about? I ain't gonna say who it was. Man, you know damn well it's Bob Arum, so stop it. Lomo, stop it. You basically said that Bob Arum bribed the judges to go in Teofimo Lopez's favor in a victory that to me was a clear-cut victory in favor of Teofimo Lopez. Um, it would have some merit and some legs if it had been a competitive fight from beginning to end. But let's just face the fact: Lomachenko didn't do nothing. Lomachenko didn't do nothing the first 6 rounds. I mean, Lomachenko was backpedaling, or as they would say, if he was a black fighter, they would say he was running the first 6 rounds. He was really scared that Teofimo was setting him up to knock him out, and Teofimo damn near did knock him out in the 12th round. My thing is with Lomachenko sort of brought this on himself. Lomachenko was the one that put a no rematch clause in the contract where basically if he wins, he gets to walk away. So now that it's backfired on his ass, now he's hollering, basically he's just screaming bloody murder. Red rum. He got robbed. He's saying at best that it should have been a draw, or that he think he should have won. I don't know how you lose the first 6-7 rounds without at least scoring multiple knockdowns, or at least knocking the guy out to say you won that fight. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Bob is gonna get Lomachenko. Now he may put the screws to Lomachenko in his next fight, or he may put Lomachenko on the shelf. That's what he may do. He may put Lomachenko on the shelf, or he may really put the screws to Lomachenko. He may fix it to where Lomachenko do lose. When Bob Arum get into this, I'm telling you, I don't know if he know now, but I'm pretty sure he'll know by tomorrow. And I'm telling you that he gonna be like, that son of a bitch, Lomachenko, he's gonna pay for this. So don't be surprised if y'all don't see Lomachenko none or damn near towards the end of 2021. He may go on and call Al Heyman and try to make the Tank fight or the Devin Haney fight. It may happen now, because I'm telling you, Bob Arum gonna get Lomachenko. He gonna get him. Because keep in mind, this is a dude that he really was pushing. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. I never thought Lomachenko was that good to begin with. I thought Lomachenko was one of the most overrated fighters within the last 30 years. This is a man that ESPN had the nerve They had the gall to try to have this man as a fraudulent pound-for-pound #1 fighter, and he lost to a journeyman, a dude with double-digit losses in Salido. Salido, a solid fighter, but he, man, he got double-digit losses. You ain't no pound-for-pound fighter if you lose to a dude with double-digit losses. And they were saying this man, after 12 fights, was one of the greatest fighters that ever lived. And this is why you couldn't take ESPN serious. They were saying this dude was better than Muhammad Ali. He was better than Floyd Mayweather. He was better than Floyd Patterson. He was better than Sugar Ray Robinson, Thomas Hearn. They was actually saying this dude who lost his second professional fight was better than all them dudes. Better than Andre Ward. It was the most laughable thing I had ever saw in my life. It was laughable. It was appalling that they tried to say that this dude, and anybody with common sense knew that was a damn lie. So he brought a lot of this on himself. Yeah, of course it was complexion protection. It was just laughable that they was trying to put this dude on the pedestal that they put him on. He wasn't that good to begin with. Like I said, I was one of them dudes that was criticizing him. I was criticizing Triple G because I knew they wasn't what they made them out to be. I knew Triple G was a fraud. I knew he was a fraud before everybody else started to say he was a fraud. I knew he was a fraud when they first put him on HBO back in 2012. When he was sitting up there talking about he want the best fights, and he said that he'll go up to 168 to fight Andre Ward. And then as soon as Andre Ward sent him a contract, they sent it back within 5 minutes saying, nah, we good. And now Triple G about to fight a nobody, I think on Saturday. He about to fight a nobody. He about to fight another milkman, and he is getting no backlash. But, it is what it is. Like I said, this man has refused to fight Charlo, refused to fight Demetrius Andrade. Didn't want to give Daniel Jacobs a rematch. I mean, for real. I mean, what are you talking about? All he doing is sitting around waiting for a third fight with Canelo because he feel like that's going to lead to a big payday. But that's pretty much it. I just want somebody to tell me where I'm lying about this dude. He was never that good, and neither was Lomachenko. What's up? That dude Lomachenko was never that good. He was never that good. He was overrated. He was extremely overrated. And when I say extremely overrated, and now this dude is sitting up here crying about getting that Bob Arum screwed him over. Well, I ain't gonna say he cried, but it's kind of funny. I really want to see how the media is gonna treat this. I wonder if they're gonna try to downplay this. Because keep in mind, these were the same people that told Deontay Wilder that he need to accept his loss and move on. So I want to see if they gonna tell Lomachenko to accept his loss. Because you had a couple of people that tried to tell me, yeah, man, I thought that fight was a draw. And like I said, I got love for Andre Ward, but Dre, stop it, man. You know damn well Damn well that fight wasn't no draw. How in the hell you lose the first 6 to 7 rounds, and that fight is a draw? Lomachenko lost at least 8 rounds in that fight. I think I had it 9-3 in favor of Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez won the first 6 rounds going away. He won the first 6 rounds going away. I think I gave Lomachenko the 7th. I think I gave him the 9th. I think I gave him the 10th. But the 11th and the 12th, you could make an argument that Teofimo won those 2 rounds. Teofimo definitely won the 12th round. He was about to stop Lomachenko. Like I said, worst case scenario, Teofimo Lopez won 8 rounds. So how is it that you got it a draw, Dre? So I'm just saying, let's really rescore this fight. He clearly lost the first 6 rounds. You could say 7 could have been a swing round. Okay, Lomachenko dominated. I think Lomachenko won 8-9, 10. 11 is a toss-up. 12, he definitely lost. So once again, how is this fight a draw? And he did not knock Teofimo down. Now, there was a round, I think it was the 10th round, where it looked like he was on the verge of possibly stopping Teofimo. But Teofimo put it together. So, yeah. Nice try. Nice try. I don't think, I mean, as far as Teofimo Lopez go, like how he moving. He's saying he not gonna fight Devin Haney for like 3 years. Shit, at the rate we going, the world may not even be here 3 years. So I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I'm just saying. But this would be like I said, I think Bob Arum is gonna get he is gonna get Lomachenko. And like I said, he may make the Devin Haney fight now. He may make that fight now. But I'm telling you now, he gonna get Lomachenko, because now Lomachenko, they pretty much betrayed Bob Arum. And Bob Arum is a dude who don't get mad, he get even. He's going to get even. Fuck no. H Money, stop it. You gonna make me take away your wrench, man. Do not do that. Do not compare LaMelo Ball to the great Penny Hardaway. He got a long way to go. I'll talk some NBA right quick. I'll just put it to you this way. We just gotta see, man. Look, the Bulls are not that good. I think it's gonna be the same story with him and his brother. They just not that good. But I give them credit. They dad can speak it into existence like nobody else. He can speak it into existence. You already see that LiAngelo, he can't play. He can't play. He can't play. I don't think they take it. I just don't know. I am interested in seeing how Ife Ajaba is gonna do on Top Rank, because he's with them now. But you also hear, let me talk about this situation with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Now the news came out that they basically talking about that they willing to drop belts to make the fight happen. Now, what belts are going to be dropped remains a mystery to me. But they saying they willing to drop belts to make that fight happen. Well, if that's what they want to do, then that's cool. Because then that means that'll open up an opportunity for Deontay Wilder to get his belt back. What's-her-face did some, Shakur Stevenson did some great numbers. I forgot about that. He did some great numbers. Well, here's the thing. This is why I keep saying, this is why I have my stance on Spence versus Crawford. Crawford is doing 2 million views every time he fights. It's him. People want to see Crawford fight. Like I said, for a pay-per-view to sell, you got to have the right type of dance partner. You know, you got to have the right type of dance partner, and you got to market it. You got to market it correctly. I think Bud versus Sean Porter is gonna do good pay-per-view numbers. I think this will be the fight that I think Bud will be legitimized as a star if he goes, you know, if he stops Sean Porter. He has to stop Sean Porter, but I think this fight is going to do exceptionally well on pay-per-view because it's going to be a pay-per-view fight. And the fight is going to more than likely happen because I'll talk to Kenny Porter. I know what's going on. I know everybody once again is banking on this fight not happening because everybody trying to play somebody's agent. But this fight more than likely is going to happen. The only way this don't happen if all of a sudden you hear about an Errol Spence Sean Porter rematch. And then it also depends on what Keith Thurman want to do. But it would be in Sean's best interest to take the Bud fight because Bud is an undefeated fighter. He's already fought Keith Thurman and he's lost to Keith Thurman. So Bud is the fight he should take. But like I said, I know it's people praying that the fight don't happen. They gonna have a legion of excuses if this fight is made. But I'm looking forward to this fight. Hopefully they had this fight in the ATL. Because if they had this fight in the ATL, I'm going no matter where this fight is. If it's in Dallas or if it's in Texas, I'm going. If it's in Vegas, I'm going. If it's in, California, I'm definitely going. But I'll talk to Kenny. Kenny already said he's not taking this fight unless they have a live audience, unless they have live spectators. So Texas is open. Georgia is open. Florida is open. A lot of options. Yeah, Lomo is saying that Bob Arum bribed the judge. Hey, H, I can't make no predictions, man. I can't make no predictions. I can't say who gonna win. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see a good fight. It's gonna be a good scrap. It's gonna be a good scrap. May the best man win. But I'll just put it to you this way. Look for the excuses to come if Bud wins this fight, because once again, the wrong dude will have won this fight. And it's the same with the last fight in Kell Brook. The wrong guy won the fight. But if Sean can pull this off, Sean goes very high up on the pound-for-pound list. But I like the idea of this fight. I don't want to hear no excuses. The excuses is out. That's all I'm saying. But let me talk about let me do the NBA right quick before I end this stream. Let me I'll talk about that before I end this stream, because that kind of irks my nerve, the Aaron Pryor, Sugar Ray Leonard thing. But let me talk about James Harden. James Harden, as H Money would say, because H Money like to put together these portfolios, these profiles, who this guy is, who the next guy. Well, like I said, James Harden is the next Sean Kemp. Or I wouldn't even compare him to Dennis Rodman, because Dennis Rodman has no desire. Dennis Rodman wanted to win rings. James Harden is the new Sean Kemp, so book it. He showed up to camp with a pot belly. This dude is worried about strippers and all this kind of stuff. That dude don't care about winning. And then Mike D'Antoni let him do what he wanted to do. That's why he hollering all this stuff at James Harden knew damn well what that mask meant when it said Blue Lives Matter. Oh, I didn't know what. Man, stop it, man. You sound like, you know what I'm saying? You sound like Nora Cyrus. Oh, I didn't know what nappy-headed hoes meant. Bitch, yes you did. So stop it. But that's just what type of dude James Harden is. I mean, H Money, you have some people that want to win, some people don't want to win. He just happy with the money that he making. And that's cool. Sean Kemp, they had a lockout. Sean Kemp ate his way out the NBA. Yeah, he ate his way out the NBA. So you could do your video, James Harden. James Harden don't care about winning. And that's been proven. We all know he disappears in the playoffs. We all know he disappears in the playoffs. He gonna do it again. He gonna choke in the playoffs again. We know he is. You know, so you know it is what it is. All right, let me talk about this Sugar Ray Leonard, Aaron Pryor thing before I end this stream. Like I said, Sugar Ray Leonard used to just irk my nerves a lot, because I know he would play these games with that eye injury shit, how he would come in and out of retirement, and then how he would use the eye injury not to fight certain fighters. And you know, him and Aaron Pryor was supposed to fight, but they couldn't get the money together. And I just believe that Sugar Ray Leonard ducked Aaron Pryor, because Aaron Pryor beat Sugar Ray Leonard in the amateur. And Aaron Pryor was a small dude. They couldn't get the, you know what it was, they couldn't get the money right, and they couldn't get some other formalities right. So that's why the fight never happened, and they didn't want to, you know, Aaron Pryor was going to have to fight Sugar Ray Leonard at a catch weight. And they just didn't want to, Sugar Ray Leonard just didn't want to make the fight. And that's all it came down to. And Aaron Pryor was smaller than Sugar Ray Leonard, so I just don't know why Sugar Ray Leonard didn't want to make that fight. But Sugar Ray Leonard was a shrewd negotiator, shrewd. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You think Floyd was tough to negotiate with, or Andre Ward? Shit. Sugar Ray Leonard didn't want to budge on the money. Now, the story goes that they offered Sugar Ray Leonard, they offered him maybe between $4 and $6 million, which that's a lot of money in the 80s. I don't know what that would be now, but that was a lot of money back then. Now, from what I heard, Sugar Ray Leonard offered Aaron Pryor like a real low ball offer to fight. I think they was gonna give Sugar Ray Leonard like 6 million. Aaron Pryor asked for 1 million, and Sugar Ray Leonard like only offered him like 200 grand or something. So he basically kind of offered him like a lowball offer, and that went on. They tried to negotiate that fight a few times, and they just couldn't get it together. And then Sugar Ray Leonard retired. Then when he came back, Sugar Ray Leonard was going up and down in weight. So that's why the fight never came to fruition. Now James Toney and Bernard Hopkins, they never fought because James Toney, he just couldn't keep his weight down. So he had to move up. He would have trouble making weight, so he just was like, forget it. The Bernard Hopkins fight was sort of like on its way, but James Toney just moved up. He just couldn't make 160. He just couldn't make it. And that was a fight people would have loved that saw, him versus Bernard Hopkins. That would have been a fight for the ages. Because James Toney was really fast when he was young. It's just Roy was just faster. I don't know about that. I don't know if that would have been a real tough fight for Bernard Hopkins. Bernard didn't get slick and start Bernard was a dude that got better with age, because he got badly outpointed by Roy Jones Jr. the first time they fought. So I don't know if that would have, I don't know. I might have would have picked Toney to win that fight, because Toney was just so quick. He had real fast hands. And that's crazy that Roy's hands was even faster. And he had the nice shoulder roll thing, man. James Toney was a beast. Because he was getting outboxed by Michael Nunn, and he put it together, and he landed that punch. He landed that left. He floored Michael Nunn. Michael Nunn, and at the time he beat Michael Nunn. Michael Nunn was considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. I think Michael Nunn was on Arsenio Hall. That's kind of funny too, a black dude from Iowa. Nah, James Toney was a beast. When he beat Michael Nunn, then he had those 2 fights with Mike McCallum. And James Toney was, man, like I said, James Toney was a beast. Really mad he didn't get put in the Hall of Fame on the first ballot. Man, hey, H Money, you ain't never lied. Michael Nunn was a hell of a boxer, man. And James Toney pulled it off. He was outboxing James Toney. Michael Nunn could box. He had reach. He had a good jab. I mean, he was a good man. He could place his punches good. But James Toney just landed the money shot, and that was it. Michael Nunn could box. I'm surprised Michael Nunn didn't become Michael Nunn did some time. Michael Nunn allegedly was getting his trap on. Oh, Marlon Starlett was solid. I put him a little bit above Donald Curry. Donald Curry just was a dude. He was one of them fighters, something was missing with him. Who said Shane wasn't better than Zab? I never said Shane was. Winky Wright was a very good fighter. I think Winky just didn't get certain fights to where we could really make him an all-time great, but he got into the Hall of Fame. And by the way, he didn't lose that fight to Fernando Vargas. Fernando Vargas got a gift decision against him. Winky Wright won that fight. You know, he clearly won that fight, but they went the other direction. So, you know. But anyway, tune in later, because I'm coming with that heat. I'm out.